Hello everyone, my name is Ronak and you're watching VectoArt. In today's video, we will show you how to build a sleek functional navigation panel or a side panel for a Windows Forms application. This is a crucial step for creating multi-screen applications and providing a much better user experience than using multiple separate forms. We will use a panel to hold our navigation buttons and dynamically change them based on the click and show the content of that particular button. For example, here on the screen you can see I have about button, settings button and home button, and on click of them I am changing the respective content in the area. So without any further ado, let's get started on building this UI. For those who haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. It means a lot. It motivates me to create more such videos. In our last video we built a similar Winform applications, and I demonstrated how to use the Citycone UI library, which will give you a more beautiful, modern looking UI using the controls that they provide. So if you haven't checked my video, please do check that out, and I will also leave a link in the description for you to make it easier. So let's get started with this video. So for this, you will need Visual Studio. So let me go and fire up Visual Studio. So here I have Visual Studio open. So let me go ahead and create a new project. Select Windows Forms app with .NET Framework. If you do not find it, you can search here in these templates. This should be definitely installed with Visual Studio, so you'll find it easily. So next, let's click on this next button. Give this project a name. I will call this project Navigation Panel App, and I'll just go ahead and click on Create. Next, we have our form ready. So we need to do a few changes. So let me set the height and width of this form. So I will go to the properties panel and go over here where we have the width and height of this window. And let me change it to say 800, 600. So that is the height that I want. And let me call this window as navigation panel app. So right now it says um, not the form one, but here we should have a text property. So let me find it over here. It says form one, so I'll go ahead and change this to navigation panel app. Next is the back color, and the right now the back color is white. So not white, but a color called control, which is exactly white, but I'll just go ahead and select white over here. And let me save this. Next, we will set up our layout. So for our layout we need a side panel and the main panel. So first let's drag a panel from the toolbox and drag it over here, and go to the properties and um, call this dock property over here. So let me go and change this docking from um, none to left. So this way our panel that we added has been docked to the left, and we will make a few more changes. Let me go and update the name of this panel. So let me call this navigation panel instead of just panel one. And now we need to set the back color and also the width. So let me go to the properties and let me just pin this. And here I will change the width of this panel. So let me find the width property of this, and here you can see we have the width of 200, which is fine, I believe. The back color I will change it to gray. So let me find the gray color, and let me switch to say dark gray. I think that's more appropriate. Then next we need the content panel where our content will appear. So let me go ahead and drag this panel on the main window, and again let's do a few changes. So here in this time the dock would be fill, so that it fills the entire area, and I will rename this panel as content panel, and dock style is fill to fill, and I will change the back color here to a lighter shade of green. So let me save this. Next, we need to create some buttons here on the side panel, so that on click of those buttons we need to display the content. So let me go ahead and add some buttons here on this panel. I'll repeat it several times, And let me go now and change these button names. So the first button is the home button, so let me call this home button. And the text also should be changed, so let me find the text property and change it to home. Next we have the settings button, so let me go and change the name to settings button, and the text would be settings. Next is the about button, so let's select this button, change the name to about button, and also change the text property to about. We have our three buttons ready. All we have to do is dock them. So let's go to each of these buttons and go to the dock, and then change it to top so that the button docks at the top. Next we'll also change the height of this button, so let's say let's change this height from 23 to 50. And also we need a flat style button, so let's go to the top and change this flat appearance to flat, because we need a modern looking button, so that is why I have changed the style to flat. And the border size of this button, so let me to 0. Okay, so I have removed the border for this button, and I have made it look transparent as of now, because we have selected the flat style. And let me change the color from back color from dim gray to say transparent, and fore color to, let me find the fore color to white. So that is done. Next the button font, so I will change the button font to, where do we have the font? Okay, over here. So I will change this to S E, yeah, and this font, and the size is 12 points, and the font style is bold. And I'll click on OK, and then I will set a margin for this button, and that would be 0 on the left, 5 on the top, 0 on the right, and 5 in the bottom. So that is how I want my button. Actually I want to set the same properties for the both of the buttons, so let me just go ahead and delete this, and I will copy these and paste it two times, and then I will go and change the text to settings, and also take the name and update the name to settings button. I'll do the same for this button, where I will rename it to about button, and also change the name text to about. So we have our three buttons ready. Now we need to save this. Now we need three user controls that will populate in the panel or the content panel on click of these three buttons. So let me go to the solution explorer and add three user controls. This is our first user control, which would be the dashboard screen. So let me set the name appropriately and click on add. And in our dashboard we need the back color to be sorry, not this, but the lighter shade of gray. And we need a label on this, which we will call title label. So let me go ahead and add a label here, and let's call this label as title label. And next we will set the text of this title label to welcome home, because this would be our dashboard page. So let's set the label text to welcome home, and then we need to dock this label, so let's select the dock property and change it to fill. So next we need to align this label to the center of this user control. So let me select this label and go to text align, and set it to middle center. And also next we will change the font. So let me go to the font over here and set the font size to 24 and font style to bold. Font size to 24 and font style to bold, and click on OK. And the font color would be, let's say, dim gray. That is fine. And what else do we need? I think that is there are a few properties in the backend. When I added the label, I need to remove them. So I will remove this first property, which is the auto size. I don't need it. The dock is set to fill, which is fine. The font is set to whatever I have selected. um, I don't need these additional properties, but let them be. The fore color is dim gray. Location, I don't want this location. That is the reason it is not aligning to the middle. So I'll go ahead and remove it. Title, the name is fine. The size is also not required because I have already set the font size. A tab index is not required. Text and text align. So let me save this and go back to my designer, and here you can see my label is at the center now and aligned perfectly fine. So that is all I needed. So let me go ahead and create the other two user controls. So add user control, and the next control is the setting screen, and I will paste it. So next, here we have our designer for the settings screen user control. So let me do the same by adding a label at the center. And for this label, let me set the title first. So let's copy the title label, and I'll set the name to the title label like we did for the first user control, and also set the name text property to settings page. And let's, now that we have done this, I will go to the designer, copy the settings that I did for my dashboard user control, and go to the settings designer, code behind. In the initialize component, I will go to the code behind of this initialize component and add my properties. So here you can see there are properties that I added, which is the name and the text. So let me paste in this code, which is similar to what we have. And only thing that I have to replace is the name, which is the title label, which is already the same. And I just need to take this text, which is called settings page, and paste it here. And I will remove the rest. So my title label should be ready. So if I go back, and here you can see the settings UI control or user control is ready. Now I need to repeat the same for one more user control, that is the about user control. And let me do this again. So paste it here and add. I need to add the label. Okay, I have added the label now, and now I will go back to the designer, copy this, go to the set about screen, view code, go to the initialize component, and go to the code behind of this. And here I will paste the code that I want. I also need to change the label, name of this label before I paste in my code. So I will do so by going to the designer, going to the label, and changing the name of this label to title label. And now if I go to the code behind and the designer of this code behind, now I can go ahead and paste the code that I have. So I'll just go ahead here and I'll paste this, and delete this code, and also take the text about this app and paste it here instead of settings page. So I have all the three user controls ready. All I have to do is trigger this user controls from the code behind. So let me close all of this. I don't need it now, and I will go to the code behind now and write the following code that will help me trigger and highlight the buttons at the same time. So let me first create a method called setup layout. So this method is of type private void setup layout, and this will not take any parameters. And let me close this, and within this I will create the button click event handler. So our first button is the home button, but for me to invoke the event handler I would need another method. So let me create that first, and then we can include the event handlers to our buttons. So here now I will create a button that will navigate to the user control. So a private void navigate to, and it is of type user control, and let me call it as screen. And within this user control, I'll remove this part over here. It has been populated automatically by the intelligence. The first one is to clear our content panel where our content will be displayed. So content panel dot controls dot clear. Next is to use the screen, which is a user control, and set the dock, and the dock style would be filled, so that our user control will be filled in the content panel or the content area. Next is the content panel dot controls dot add, and in this content panel we will be adding our screen. So that is done. And if our screen is a dashboard screen, so this code, if you can see here how IntelliSense is quite knowledgeable on how the next code should be and what I am trying to write. So I have not even written any of this code. It has just suggested me, and I have just pressed tab, and the code is ready for me. So I will use most of it. So if the screen is of type dashboard screen, which is our user control, then I need to highlight the button. So let me remove this code over here, and the same goes for the settings and the about. And I will create one more method, which is private void highlight button, and it will take the button which is button to be highlighted. Let me make that clear. And within this button I will reset the color of all the navigation buttons. So the first button was our home button, the next button was our settings button, and the third button was our about button. And the button color I want to set is transparent, which is the default that we set to our buttons. And we have now, after we have reset our buttons, the next thing is I want to highlight the selected button with a different background color. So button to highlight dot background color is equal to let's say a lighter shade of the panel, or gains is the color that we selected. So this is our button to be highlighted, and the code is ready for it. Now if the screen is dashboard, within that I need to highlight the button. So let me call highlight button and pass the home button. And the IntelliSense is clever enough to suggest the next button, and here it is the settings button. And in this case oh my god, let me press tab, just type it again, highlight button dot settings button. And here in this case it will be highlight buttons dot about button. So that is done. So next is, I think we need to set up our event handlers. So within our setup code we need to create or add event handlers to our button click. So the first button is our home button dot click, and here you can see it has taken the sender and e property to navigate to the dashboard screen. The same thing we have to repeat for our settings button, and I'll just press tab, and finally the about button, and I'll press tab. So all is done. So let me save this and run my application. And there you see I have this cool navigation panel, and on click of this button there is something missing, so let me find out what it is. So let me just stop this application, and that something missing is that I have failed to call our setup layout, and also initialize the first time to call my dashboard screen. So I will do that, save this, and now run the application. So now it has automatically first called the navigate to dashboard screen, which is our home screen. And here you can see it is also highlighted accordingly. So now if I click on settings, you can see the settings page is activated and the button is also highlighted with the color that I have set for the panel. And also the same for this about page. So hope you all liked watching this video. I can make this more interesting by making this a borderless window. So I can stop this application, go to home design, select this, and set the start position to center screen. Okay, so next we just go and find the form border style, and here you can change it to sizable, fixed to window, and just say none. And doing so, if I say save and run this, you will see this form to be a borderless form, and this is more modern. And then you can add your buttons on the top to use or invoke the window dot close or minimize or whatever you want to perform the operation for this modern looking window. So hope you all liked watching this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, like, share, and do subscribe to my channel. Till then, bye bye.